AITA for not allowing my 13-year stepdaughter at my house anymore because she won't cut her hair. Story 1. Take. I have been married to Matt for 3 years and together for 6. I just gave birth to our daughter 4 months ago. My stepdaughter Anna loves her sister very much and is always asking for her. But a month ago, after I took my daughter back from her, I happened to look down and see a lice bug in my daughter's hair. I immediately panic and ask my stepdaughter if she has head lice. She starts dodging the question, so I look for myself and she is loaded. If I had been more observant prior to this moment, I am sure I would have caught it or seen the signs, but admittedly, I haven't been paying too much attention to anything since I gave birth. I talked to my husband about it, who got in contact with his ex, and his ex tells him that she knew about the lice thing for a few weeks, and that they combed through the hair and did one treatment. My stepdaughter has extremely thick hair that reaches her ass. It's going to take a lot more than one treatment and comb through. So I went out and bought nearly $80 worth of treatment and did her hair myself. Combed through it for almost 3 hours, but it was going to need follow-up, and I told my husband's ex as much and even sent the product home with her. Well, this past weekend Anna came back over and needless to say, her hair is right back to what it was. She's loaded. I asked if her mom or her had gone through her hair and she shrugged and said a little. I told her at this point that she needs to cut her hair. There's no way I can get rid of it, or at least manage it properly with her hair being this long and this thick. She immediately said no, she's very fond of her hair and I don't blame her. It's beautiful. But I blatantly told her at this point that I can't have her around the baby with head lice. I can't do treatment on the baby and I can't use a lice comb because of her soft spot. So she can't be around the baby if she doesn't come up with a compromise. I told her she's old enough to be going through her own head as well, so she should be doing that if not anything else. She just got snappy with me and slammed off to her room. I get a nasty phone call a half hour later from her mother stating that I'm f***ing ignorant. To try forcing her kid to chop her hair off over an issue that they are taking care of, and said these things take f***ing time, but you'd traumatize her and ruin her self-image, and threaten to keep the baby away from her instead of be an actual parent and help. I just hung up. I then told my husband that he needs to handle it, but his daughter is not welcome here until the issue is resolved because I won't chance our daughter getting head lice. Everyone is pissed at me right now and thinking I'm pushing my stepdaughter away because I have a baby now and have replaced her. AITA? ETA prior to this, I did suggest she put her hair up and wear something over it. She refuses because it gives her migraines. I don't wish that she would cut her hair off. But it's the fact that her and her mother aren't doing anything to take care of the issue. In 2 months, her mom have done 1 treatment and 2 comb-throughs and expecting me to do the rest with a breastfeeding infant. I'm not even supposed to be around the treatment because of the fact that I'm breastfeeding. This isn't a normal, oh, there's a few bugs type of infestation. On the first swipe I did through her hair, the comb was full and bugs were falling off on the floor and on me. This is neglect, DHHS-worthy infestation. And considering her mother does not work, there's zero excuse for her not to be doing it. Edit, my husband is on active duty currently and will be deployed for at least 2 months. He was here when we originally found out his daughter was infested, and he helped me comb through and do treatments. He left 3 days later for his deployment. He is only angry at me for banning his daughter from the house because Anna still comes here when he is on active duty and wanted to continue doing so because she wants to see the baby. Our advice. Based on your situation, it sounds like the issue with head lice is a serious concern for the health and safety of your new baby. However, stopping your stepdaughter from coming over permanently might be too drastic. Instead, try having a calm conversation with her mom about the necessity of proper treatment and follow-up for the lice. Offer to help with the process or find other solutions like tying up Anna's hair when she visits. Cutting her hair might not be the only option. Your priority should be finding a safe way for everyone to be together without risking the baby's health. First comment. A. Came here to say this, you gotta clean everything. I highly doubt the ex took care of the sheets. She probably went right back to a lice-infested house. Gross. And yes, 13 is fully old enough to handle her own hair. If she doesn't, then she needs to cut it off. That is the rule in my family typically. You don't want to take care of it, it will stay shorter until you can be responsible. Edit, let me add because this is Reddit and I should have posted my full thought bubble. Fully agree bio mom is the problem, and her lack of dealing with it is child abuse. The point I was poorly trying to make was that the 13-year-old could also help with the situation by cutting her hair and or communicating what's going on more so. We've dealt with this issue in my family with non-abusive parents where the teenager was just completely ignoring the symptoms of lice. So I definitely had some bias in my initial comment because it made me think of that. Summary, bio mom is trash and I hope they come up with a good solution. Would also like to add part of the reason I said to cut her hair is because she isn't even willing to meet her stepmom halfway and wear her hair in a ponytail or bun. So she is actively fighting against the stepmom who really is trying to meet her in the middle while caring for a newborn. Thinning out her hair and cutting enough so she can wear it up and or help shorten the treatment time. I know how lice works, and it's at the scalp, but you still have to comb all that shit out of the hair is reasonable. Like someone else said, this thread is making me itch. Good luck to Op and the 13-year-old. Hopefully they find a good solution and the trash bio mom gets her life right. Story 2. My wife 29F just admitted she cheating on me 27M and getting gonorrhea. AITA if I wanted to leave. Advice needed. I did make a post here, but I don't know how to tag. For sum up, 6 months ago I had some mental and medical problems that prevented me from having sex with her. She convinced me to get into an open marriage and she had it for 2 months. Until 2 weeks ago, she suddenly wanted to be intimate again, and when I refused, she got angry and left. I couldn't contact her for a whole week until her sister called accusing me of having an affair and giving her STDs. I immediately went to the doctor and it was confirmed that I didn't have it. I tried to contact her sister again, but I was blocked by all her family. 2 days ago, she drove home the first time to visit our son toddler, whom she had abandoned with me for more than a week. We sat down and talked. She admitted that she had known this person for 3 weeks before I agreed to open the relationship. I asked about STDs that her sister told me about and her face turned pale. I had to urge her a few times until she admitted that she has gonorrhea and that the other partner had lied to her about his medical condition and protection methods, and he already cut off contact with her. I asked her if she knew and that she wanted to infect me that day. She was silent for a few minutes until she burst into tears and begged me to forgive her and that it was just a foolish thought in a panic and fear. I lost my temper and yelled at her and kicked her out of the house. I said we were done. I'm feeling so many emotions, heartbreak or angry. I don't know what I feel anymore, but it's so painful. I was with her for 8 years and I thought we would be together forever. My in-laws and our mutual friends all sent me a bunch of messages telling me to forgive her and that she knew she was wrong and had already gotten the karma. I should think about my son and how difficult it would be if I wanted to get custody of him. House. And they were right. I no longer had contact with relatives or anyone I could rely on, so I feel very hopeless. What should I do? Can I forgive her after all this to start again? Edit, sorry for some detail I did not clarify. In my old post I make it when I didn't remember full detail about what my sil cussed me because I was shocked about my wife got STDs. I did bring that to my wife in the conversation and she admitted she did lie to her family that I cheated on her. Our advice: I'm really sorry to hear about what you're going through. It sounds incredibly painful and confusing. It's important to take some time to process your feelings and think about what's best for you and your son. Firstly, you're definitely not the asshole AITA for considering leaving after your wife admitted to cheating and contracting an STD. Infidelity and breach of trust can be extremely difficult to overcome in a relationship, especially when it involves serious consequences like this. Your feelings of heartbreak and anger are completely valid given the circumstances. Here are some steps you might consider. Take care of yourself, focus on your emotional and physical well-being. Lean on supportive friends or seek professional counseling to help navigate these challenging emotions. Consider your son, think about what's best for your child in terms of stability and care. Custody arrangements should prioritize your son's welfare and your ability to provide a nurturing environment. Evaluate the relationship, reflect on whether you can rebuild trust with your wife. Trust is foundational in any relationship, and her actions have severely damaged that trust. Consider if you can forgive her and move forward together, or if it's better for your own well-being to part ways. Communicate boundaries. If you do decide to engage in further discussions with your wife, clearly communicate your boundaries and expectations moving forward. Discuss openly about what would be needed to rebuild trust and whether both of you are willing to work on the relationship. Seek legal advice given the circumstances and potential custody issues. Consult with a family law attorney to understand your rights and options regarding custody of your son. Ultimately, the decision to stay in the relationship or leave is yours to make based on what you believe is best for your future and your child's well-being. It's okay to prioritize your own healing and needs during this difficult time. Surround yourself with supportive individuals who have your best interests at heart. First comment, ENTA. You did the right thing. Keep receipts of everything she does, get a divorce attorney, and have her served first. Record all communications, file for emergency sole custody of your son before she can. As for family, they have no say in this matter. Disregard anything you hear from her family in the event they decide to unblock you long enough to complain some more, and make sure to record all that as well. Get a security system if you don't already have one. This includes indoor spaces where conflict might occur, or if she tries to lay hands on you and/or say you got violent. You may also consider making a formal criminal complaint for willfully attempting to give you an STD which is usually a crime. Remember that the courts unfairly favor the mother in custody battles, so you need to be prepared. Wait until everything is done and settled to even begin thinking about giving forgiveness.